Hello.
It's weird. I know you don't like the countdown clock, but I do. And I
Well,
miss
I
the
miss
countdown.
it. I miss it only for the countdown.
Actually,
If we
the
could have the
music.
countdown, if we could have the countdown without the music, that would
The
be
music
fine.
was depressing. I probably because I've heard that music maybe over 350,000 times. I don't know, I went strange. I started to enjoy it. I twisted.
Right. Well, I stuck and I didn't like it. But is there
So,
any way? Is there any way that we could get just moving the icon? Is it an icon? What is it? The little arrow. I don't know what it's
yeah,
called.
mouse.
Um, yeah, moving the mouse. Um, can we not get a countdown that's not copyrighted?
Well, I'm going to try and make one. Or if anybody is watching, please, please, please make me a countdown, a 30-second countdown. I I don't think it's that difficult, but it is when you're multitasking. Um,
Yeah.
so let's start the show. Hello, my name is Lucy Orchard, and I am your light entertainer for the evening. This is producer Chris, aka the Mothership. So yes, welcome along. This is our first Lucy show at 8 p.m. your time, but technically it's still 9 p.m. for me, as I am in that there Europe. I
Yes.
am coming tonight to you from Switzerland,
Hey.
and it
Oh,
is a because I'm empty, hence the reason why it's not a problem. It's a logistical thing, but if I was, you can't just nip through. So it's an interesting one. Oh my goodness me! Straight out of the pen, not the gates. We've got Edward Smith. Morning all. Ed, I haven't had chance to thank you properly, because Ed actually sent me a video of his lambs. Now, I when I do get home and see you, I will show you said video. But oh my goodness me, cute, cute, cutity, cute, 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 and that's the lambs. I
you
don't
let
know
them
any.
do that to yourself. How
Yeah,
spiteful and
yeah,
mean.
yeah. I'm it's not panic buying, but I'm lamb hoarding, lamb hoarding.
Well, that is totally awful.
We've got a couple of comments already out the gates. Already, Ed's one first poster. We've got hi, Mum. Hi, Ray. Hi to Mum's sidekick, and welcome to the Christine show. Yeah, all right, I'll give you that one.
Hello, darling. Mwah, mwah.
Oh, Ray's in town. I'll be listening, but not commenting, as I'm still sorting and packing for the move. Everything is stalled as both my daughter and son-in-law went down with COVID. Life, eh? Let's see if we can get Ray to comment, even though he's really busy.
All
If
right.
Ray can derail my show, let's try and derail. Right, that face is the face of somebody who's got a cat next to the computer.
No, I was just trying to get Noel in sight, so it didn't say no.
You haven't met him. I see Steve Davis is back. Steve Davis. Something to do with
Snooker.
snooker, pot and balls. I know there's a joke in there, but I'm very tired. I did another 10-hour drive.
I don't know. Even I don't know.
And I know the joke. I know the joke. This is really annoying. Hello, ladies. We've got Amanda Jane. Hey.
Hi, Amanda.
Uh, hi. Yes, it's the Lucy Show Unplanned. Well, it's not unplanned. Okay. I'd like to show you my slim offerings. You've had more breaks than him. I knew it. Wait till you find out what's happening next. No, I've got 2 weeks off after this. Do apologise. Well, not for you. You'll be loving it. Yes. So I'm in Switzerland, and I have had some really. I planned to do the planning yesterday, but unfortunately, it went it went a bit awry. Roger has replied, excellent, Ratvan TV. Yes, this is me streaming live from Switzerland, from the Rat Van. Yes, what happened was, I did have a couple of days off, and I decided not to do anything with my days off, because I needed to not do anything with my days off. And I thought, it's all right. I know I've got yesterday. Yesterday I had in the bag. I knew exactly what was happening, when was happening. That all went out the window, due to German roadworks. And so I arrived, where I arrived last night, and it's a really famous German truck stop where I arrived yesterday. Really friendly. And one of the little benefits of parking there is you pay for your parking and they give you a voucher for free food. And I love free food. And I turned up and I went, hello, can I pay for parking? And they went, this area is full. You park in the free bit. Off you pop. So no free food.
What, you wanted free food and free parking?
No, I was willing to pay for the parking. And the thing is, the free parking is lit and secure and about 3 feet from the paid parking. Makes me wonder, why was the free parking still have spaces? Well, I suppose it's the meal vouchers. We were all there hoping the same thing. But yes, so it's all going to be a bit higgledy-piggledy. But today, as you heard, Mum, I had another guest spot on my local radio station, Radio Scotland. They rang me up and they said, would you
be... It's about as local as Switzerland.
I know. We're ringing this Devon bird. And the best thing is, the researcher said to me, I'm not quite sure we've got your name right. And I said, there's not really that many ways to spell Lucy apart from Lucie and Lucy. She went, no, we've got you down as Maureen. I said, I did. There was an episode. There was an interview I did on a radio station for BBC where we discussed drivers' wages, and I did use a nom de plume, but it was not Maureen.
It's not what slips off your tongue as a name you choose.
Me? Oh no, I'm Maureen. Tempted to go with Maureen now. I will have to call you Ronnie O'Sullivan. Then he has had more breaks than Steve Davis. Even I, in the periphery of my knowledge, has worked out that somehow Ronnie O'Sullivan is on TV at the moment and he's done something of worth.
I think he's either equaled or broken the record. I can't remember. It was so important.
Yeah. I mean, after the show, I'm going to go to sleep. You go?
Yeah, they used to call Steve Interesting Davis. So
I still haven't watched on the BBC iPlayer. I think the Rat Pack is still on there, which is about snooker in the 80s. There's a lot of hairspray, bronzer, and smoking.
And drinking.
And that's just the snooker players. Ed Smith, that's not a problem. The vid was a few weeks ago and only half my lambs. Well, do you know what I've read there? He's got more lambs to video for us.
And then next year, he'll have lamb cam.
You should get lamb cam. St Fagans has got lamb cam. We've got, evening ladies from Andy B. Hello, Bond. 7 wins but he hugged the judge for an uncomfortable time of over 1 minute.
Ooh. Is that inappropriate hugging?
Did he sniff his hair? That's what I find when a man hugs me for more than a minute. I know they're sniffing my hair. Smoking and drinking is great. That's from Rog.
Playing snooker secondary.
I've lost my pen. All I do all day is look for my pen. It's brilliant. Oh, tell you what, I put it there so I wouldn't lose it. So where I've just landed, it's quite a little parking space, and it was very full because I got there quite late, and by quite late I mean 6:30. And there was a Lithuanian Arctic driver trying to get into a space, and I thought, is he going for it? If he's not going for it, I'll have it, because it was right for me, it was wrong for him. And he said, "Oh, do you want this?" I said, "No." I said, "I think I could go there." I said, "You watch me back, I'll watch you back." And he went, and I said, "I drive Arctics." He went, "Oh." And I superbly got him into the teeniest little space. And then he just watched out because I was still not sure. I've got overhang. I'm still not sure on my overhang. So, yes. So I was on Radio Scotland, and I thought, oh, they're going to ring me about Brexit, driver shortages, drivers' wages, comedy, all the things, cats, all the things that are good for me. And they said, yeah, we'd like you to discuss procrastination.
Well, that's an item you want to think about and do tomorrow.
Genuinely, I thought, are you watching me? I've got loads of stuff I haven't done. I'm really guilty of procrastinating at the moment. And they're like, yeah, do you ever procrastinate? I was like, all right, back off. But yes, please get in touch on the chat and tell me, what is the one thing that you procrastinate on? And nobody can say procrastination. Before you get it in, I'm taking that joke off the table. I would procrastinate, but I've got things to do. No. I don't want procrastination. What would you say is the one thing that you procrastinate on?
Oh my God, loads of things. I wrote a list and I put on the list, I wanted to sew the buttons on my cardigan because they were coming a bit loose. Not this one, another. And I think I've been putting it off for 2 months.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
After I heard the broadcast, I thought, oh, shame on you. And I've done it. Took me 20 minutes.
I know that every time we've made a to-do list over the last 2 months, you've gone, got to do my buttons. In fact, you've spent longer writing I've got to do my buttons on a list than it probably took you to do the buttons.
Yeah.
Noel and Edward, I can see that, and I'm trying not to make Devon seem really backwards, so I'm not bringing that into the chat. Okay, this is where I advertise, but I try not to badmouth where my heart is. You know what the two of you have done. So Noel and Edward, naughty. David Marks, his procrastination is restart playing my saxophone. Oh, David, please tell me that you have one of those stands and that the saxophone is in your room. You walk past it all the time and it sort of looks to you like, do you miss me?
I hope it's highly polished.
I used to have such a crush on Kenny G when I was younger. Fun fact. Right. Roger's put what, snooker? Andy said, when your hands are in your pockets and you're having a good rummage. Andy went for the obvious joke. I can procrastinate, but I can never be bothered. Roger said, I hope you told them to Jeff off. Leona procrastinates when it comes to pairing up socks. Well, Leona,
No.
as you know, I have a surefire quick fix for this. Don't match your socks up. Always go odd. Always. And then David, he has the saxophone, and the saxophone looks at him with sadness every time he walks past. Or did you mean yes, I have, because you agree that you also had a bit of a crush on Kenny G during the 90s? One way I like to procrastinate, as some of you may know, I did have a dabble with TikTok over the lockdown. But then, I found that life got in the way. So I just deleted the app. But now Facebook will show you TikTok inside of Facebook. And unfortunately, if a cat video is the first one up, just click on it. just see what the cats are up to. And then half an hour goes past and I've achieved nothing. But I have found a TikToker that I like to watch, and it's the weirdest thing. Mum, I'm going to show you them when I get back because I think you'll like them. But there's a craze on TikTok for things being filled. Now, I know that's a dodgy sentence. So there are people that organize their house, and they will, the people with the jars that say washing detergent and cereal, and they label everything. So they get the washing detergent jar out, and they'll lift it off and they'll pour it. And the secret to it is that you fill it to the brim. So this guy watches those videos, and if they don't fill it to the brim, he just absolutely slates them. And I cannot tell you why this guy sits with me, but his reaction to these videos, which are absolutely pathetic, they fill me with so much joy. The other night, I fell down a rabbit hole watching all his videos, and I just kept sending everyone I liked to him, to Leona. And Leona went and had some food, came back, and all of her messages were filled up with this random guy's videos. Yeah, that's one way I procrastinate. David has put, I have a saxophone stand. I played for 9 years, then moved to Wales. Now, that is not a valid excuse. Saxophony exists in Wales. You cannot blame the country for you not picking it up and giving it a good toot-toot. No. We got odd socks are so wrong from Leona.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. Roger has put, procrastination just leads to Ned anyway. And I'll tell you what Ned means. Ned stands for never ending despair. It's all right. Ned. Yes. So come on, more of you. What is the crux to your procrastination? Although, what was the word when I said to you, Mum, I do I'm talking about procrastination.
Prevaricating.
Mum kept saying, yeah, you should talk about prevarication on the show. And I went, no, I won't. I'm going to, and then you just kept saying prevarication.
They're very closely linked.
David has put, my social life took off when I moved to Wales. Ah, that is valid. They do keep the welcome in the hillside there. This show is all over the place, so I want to get in the birthdays. The birthdays are 3 people. One fellow female truck driver, Claire Harvey. She's got hair like a woman that we used to know, where she'll have it cut to a bob like this, and then the next picture she's like, "Oh, my hair's down to my back. I'm having it down to a bob again." And I think in a 4-month period, her hair just up down. She's a continuity nightmare.
Right.
Then Lindy from the village, wonderful Lindy that I co-run the inspiration behind Reclaim the Street Tiverton. Happy birthday, darling. And a big happy birthday to Simon Osborne, who is part of the festival royalty and also a ruddy, lovely guy to boot. And I can never tell. Sometimes he watches, sometimes he doesn't watch. So Simon, I honestly, I value you and Sarah's friendship. And I hope that you only had a wonderful, beautiful day, and that you can actually milk the birthday out to a month, because we've had 2 birthdays down in lockdown. So I think that all builds up into one big birthday. We're all coming out of the lockdown birthdays, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right. I was in Italy recently, and the Italians, they were under lockdown quite severely due to the fact that they were all riddled. And they get really, really offensive if you forget your mask. The Brits would be like, "It's easily done, easily done. We've all done it." You know, the Germans, they're not so much. The French aren't so much. But the Italians, you must have a mask. Because if you do not walk into a shop like this, be prepared for an attack.
So you don't have to wear it up, just have it on your chin.
At a push, you must wear a mask. I got quite a dirty look from a woman in the ladies' toilets for not having a mask. She had a mask like this. And she came out of the ladies' toilets, and she checked her hair in the mirror above the sink, but failed to wash her hands. So she's near a sink, but didn't wash her hands. She had a mask on, but it was on her chin. And as she turned, I could see she was pregnant. So I can only assume the condom was on the bedside table for the entire duration. There's having precautions, and there's using them.
Yep.
Gotta love the Italians. Roger has said, "Stop using long words. There's truck drivers watching." Up your game. Up your game. So, Italian masks. I have had some fun and games recently shopping. As English is my main language. I can get by in France. I'm lost anywhere else. So beautifully, I have Google Translate, and there's this wizardry in it where you just hold it over a label and it turns the language different. I left my phone in the vehicle, and I went in to buy some water, and I thought, right, I'm going to treat myself. And I had a 1.5 litre bottle of fizzy water, and I bought 2 bottles of still. They looked very different. They were in different sections. I double checked. There were no words the same. So I found myself not with 1.5 litres of sparkling and 4 litres of still. Got 5.5 litres of sparkling water, which by anyone's ability is a stretch.
Couldn't you tell?
I'm drinking a lot of water.
Couldn't you tell?
Well, it's mid gas, mid Massa. There were no discernible words, and it looks just like a 2 litre bottle of still. I gave it a bit of a shake, no movement. And 1.5 down, I'm into the second bottle. I'm going to the loo about every 15 seconds. But my skin feels really hydrated. into another day. I went to get some butter. I thought, I'll be all right on this. I forgot my phone again. I won't learn. And I went to the butter section. I knew it was the butter section because it had butter written above it. And I thought, hey, I'm catching on. I'm picking up this old lingo. In this butter section of a huge supermarket, they had 6 butters. That was it. So I thought there'd be like Kleiner salts. No. So I went for the one that was Yogurten butter.
What?
Yogurten butter. Had yogurt. And I thought, well, yogurt sounds milky. Got it back. It is what I wanted. And it's also organic.
Wow.
So
Well
I did translate this one and I bought it irrespectively.
What is that? I can see sauce. Knob. Knob sauce.
I bought it's garlic. Garlic
Oh,
sauce. Yeah, but I couldn't leave the shop without some knob sauce. Thank you, David. I feel that you're giving me the appreciation I need here. Thank you. So I've got some knob sauce and some organic. And I was explaining it to my fellow colleague, Warren. And Warren made me laugh so much it was almost dangerous to drive. Now that is bad. So he said, and I'm Warren, if you ever see this, I hope you would enjoy my attempt at your accent. Because he's a South-London geezer. So the thing is, you can always take Google Translating. Because I get really paranoid about tuna being cat food. Because I know the same, don't I?
People can mix it up. I remember years and years ago when we had Sally, my first cat, when I was married, and a friend of ours had come to stay the night, and in the middle of the night he felt a bit peckish. So he got some bread and some butter. He opened the fridge and made himself a sandwich. And when he got up in the morning, he said, "I'm awfully sorry, but the tuna, I have to say, was lovely. I ate the half tin of tuna." And straight away, my mind said, "Do I?"
Don't.
And I
Don't.
didn't. But he'd eaten the cat's food because at the time, Sally was very fussy and she would only eat 7 Seas tuna for cats. I used to have to go to David Morgan's in Cardiff and buy a bloody great big box full, take their stock, because that's all she'd eat. But I thought, oh my God, never again. I'll always have to tell people. Yes.
Honest.
So tuna can very easily be mixed up with cat food.
It's just the way it went. Sometimes can't even tell when you open it. You put your fork in it. You really got to be careful with that cat food. At which point, you go.
Which is always best to buy pouches. At least you're safe. It's got a cat's face on it.
And I did give him 100% warning. I said that is going in the show tonight. Thing is, what you got to be watch out for? It's tuna. Looks like a cat food, isn't it? Hi, Brian. Amanda's brother, Brian, says hi. It's the family show tonight. Right, I'm going to read this because it's from Roger and I might have to censor it halfway through. I'll do this one. All Germans actually think in English. That's why they always sound angry, as they're trying to work out the words that they're trying to say in German. All right, fair enough. I'll give you that one. And then
Yeah.
Alex Whiteley says, "You, Mama Orchard, kiss face, kiss face." Alex, obviously from Big Wolves, the Weekly Bazaar. Sorry, wrong show then. Yeah. So I'm going to say, I've shown you the mask, and I've shown you the Nov sauce. Right. So I did have a little moment today, because a lot of you know that I drive with constant paranoia. Not because I'm just some cretinous drug addict, but because I just always think something's going to go wrong with my vehicle. Um, and I listen and I smell. If I smell it, if I go past a town that's had a fire last week and it gets in the air vents, I'm on fire. And I had the window down, and I could hear, I could feel like a rumble strip, and I could hear like a distant carrier bag, and that means that you've got a flat tire. And I thought, oh no, 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 not happening. Pulled over, checked all my tires are round, top and bottom, and turns out it was just really rubbish tarmac. Sorry, I can
And
just see messages
where
from
was
my
that?
that was on a motorway in Germany, proceeding to where I am
Oh,
now. But it was a lovely uh, and the earlier on when I had my window down, that's the international symbol for window down. Um I didn't realise. Oh, hang on one second. We've got another family member. Dad says hi, as he can hear it too. So we got Brian, Amanda, and Dad watching. Um Cowbells. I had no idea how loud a field of cowbells was.
yes.
But they weren't on a mountain, man. The farmer knew where they were because they were in the field he put them in.
I don't understand it either. It must be absolutely awful for the animal. Every time it moves, it's got Big Ben clunking round its
I
neck.
know it's not fair. Fair enough if they're up at a high on a hill, on a lonely hillside. Fair enough if you're trying to find the cow, but to have 40 of them in a field and they're clanging around, and they weren't running around, they weren't doing any kind of synchronized dancing. There wasn't a flash mob going on. They were just chewing the cud. Let's have a look. Roger put, has he actually been opening tins of kitty cat? I think Warren is going to reveal to me one day that he made this mistake by actually buying cat food. He hasn't. He's inferred. Not a big word. And then how was that just a dig then to Roger? Yes, that was a dig to the person who I intended it to. um,
And inferred, Lucy, inferred, is that a pun?
yes, it was. So I was in Italy recently. And I went out for a meal with a very nice gentleman who I'd met in a workshop, and he took me out for a meal, and it was absolutely lovely. And then the next day, I thought, well, I'm going to go out for a meal. I'll take myself and my friend Google Translate. And I was in Italy, and I thought, well, I had pizza last night. I want pasta tonight. I want pasta in Italy. Come on, Italian pasta. It was the most disappointing waste of 17 euros I've ever had in my existence. They boiled the dry pasta for 10 minutes, but they boiled the vegetable for the full 25. And it took half an hour to arrive.
Wow.
I honestly, I didn't have the energy, because I couldn't eat enough of it, or the language skills to complain. And the only reason why she didn't get a bad Google review was they left me the parmesan on the table. So I sprinkled
Oh,
it over my stale bread and I ate it. So TV wise, Mum, because we've been apart, I'm coming to the end of the Charmed, not the series, just the ones I've downloaded to bring with me. And I'll be moving on quite soon to Merlin. But what have you been watching?
Oh, wow. Well, I watched Grace, which is detective.
Ooh.
John Sim,
Oh, right. Yes, I like him.
yeah, and somebody else. I thought I'd seen the first one before, which I had, but I couldn't remember some of the things. I thought, well, I don't remember that from the last one, but hey ho. And then on Netflix, I watched a Danish film which was recommended in the paper called The Chestnut Man. And I have to say, 7 hours I'll never get back. But
Wow.
I stayed with it. And now I'm watching a French detective thing called Spiral. Now, obviously, they've only picked the actors because they are handsome, not because they can act. It doesn't matter if I leave the room. I don't care if I can't see the subtitles, and I'll catch up with it because it's so long-winded. But I'm giving the BBC a run for its money. I don't know what to watch
Wow.
next.
We've had a
So,
comment from Edward saying, my tractor is a magic tractor. I was driving up the road when I turned into a field. And it's brilliant because I used to date a magician, and his signature trick was that he concealed that he was a massive incel. And the clues are all there because he could pull a Bitcoin out the back of your ear. Um, little look glimpse. I did do a little bit of research for the village update, and there were 3 stories that stood out. 4 stories that stood out. Just realized, just read my own writing. Um, we had thefts last week or the week before last from a cat that brought home knitting supplies.
yes.
And there was another cat that brought home a pair of dentures and some fish food.
Yeah.
Most beautiful picture of what can only be described as half a pound of streaky bacon, and somebody asking if they're missing it.
Oh
The
my
cat
goodness.
proudly brought the bacon into the house and just dropped it on the carpet as if to say, cook that for me. And you know the village 2 weeks ago that we had parking wars in?
Yeah.
More parking wars.
Oh my God.
So picture this. There's a car there and there's a car parked right up against it. Okay, so this has got this one's the boot. It's parked right there. Oh, I couldn't get to the back of my car to get my pushchair out. Inconsiderate, blah, blah, blah. Took a picture, included the red plate and everything. The woman went, hi. I was only next door. You could have knocked. And also, you had plenty of room forward to pull your car forward to access your bonnet, your boot, if you'd wanted to. Cheers. But they'd taken the picture from such an angle that it looked like she was boxed in and couldn't get out. I love village forums. Also, the North Devon Link Road, for any of you that are interested, the reason why no work has been completed on it is the developers have gone bust and nobody wants to take it over again.
Oh my God.
So their 3-lane extension has turned into a building extension, where what they've done is they've completely disrupted all the traffic. They've left it in a mess, and they've jeffed off, I think is the scientific term.
Just in
for
time
it.
for the summer. That'll be great.
Wobble boxes left, right, and centre. And the last but not least, I'm waiting for a reply on it. I can't work out. A gentleman has asked for permission to fly a drone over a village that's very close to our hearts because we used to live there. And he says he wants to use the video. We use the drone footage for a promotional video. Um, and then he said randomly, it's not against the law for me to search the land registry for who owns these fields. Now I can't work out if he's trying to say he's going to search the land registry to find out who owns the fields to ask for permission, or he's going to use the land registry to ask who these fields belong to because he's making a promotional video to future developers.
Wow.
He hasn't applied to the answer yet, but if he's asking people for permission on how to destroy the village, anybody that says yes is an idiot.
That is crazy.
But he's got a set of kahunas on him. Trying to get back to my Facebook. There we go. Yes, so that was it. And also I was in a restaurant the other day where not only was I able to buy traditional food, I could have bought a full set of Laserhoden. I have taken pictures because although the dress wasn't overly remarkable, I thought I'd look really nice in it. But for €268, I can dream.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have walked past someone and gone, traditional dress. You would have gone, oh, simple dress. And if I'm wearing a dress that costs €268, €8, I want them to walk past me and go, fuck me, is that the Met Gala? Wow. So yes.
So do you want to know what's been happening here?
Oh yes, please do.
Right. So I bought a mirror.
Yes.
One with open the outdoors, so a central one and two wings.
Yes.
And my own fault, I suppose. I didn't check that it wouldn't fall down the back. I could have pushed the dressing table further back, but it didn't occur to me until Kitty wanted to see if the kitten she was looking at was behind the mirror. So she pushed the one wing out, hanging on it, which slipped down the back of the mirror, at the back of the dressing table, taking the other big bit and the other smaller bit, which I managed to grab so it didn't break. But obviously, I've been out and I bought a tester pot of white paint to repaint the wall where it slipped down. And then this morning, when I got up, I opened the curtains in the living room. And when I turned around, I could see that our lovely therapy tree, which stands proudly in the corner, was laying across the table and the chair. So I don't know if they'd been partying last night, but to topple a, I don't know, what is it, 5'6", 6 foot tree? I have no idea.
Well, just what makes that little
It
old
didn't wake
cat.
me up, put it that way. Yeah. So it must have been more than one of them. I don't know. Perhaps they were trying to climb it quickly. Who knows?
Okay, so devastation is occurring.
All I know is they're going to be rented out for demolition purposes.
Hey, I mean, there's a vacancy needed up on the North Devon Link Road.
Oh, Pusses in boots.
Safety boots.
Yeah, and they'd have that road done.
Yeah. Couple of bits of paper thrown strategically.
Yeah, it have.
Wow.
Yeah. So the children are behaving very inappropriately.
You only had that mirror a week. Oh, well,
Hey,
well done. Well done for not having a smashed mirror and having to clean up broken glass all over the bedroom.
Lucy, it would have been 21 years bad luck because there were three mirrors. Yeah, that was my first thought.
We can't be having that.
So, no. So catching it saved the day.
Wow. Catch of the day.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I,
I'm talking about catch of the day because they've all been a bit off their food. I don't know whether it's time of year or what. I thought I'd get them some fish. And
yeah,
respecting the fact that Coco is from Norway,
yeah,
I got Norwegian line caught cod. Willow, being her daughter, is half. So I thought, at least I'm respecting everybody's wishes.
yeah.
Nobody liked it. Six
Tell you who would
quid.
like. Tell you would have liked it, Warren.
Yeah, but it wasn't cat food. It was sustainably caught. I go, well, that's the last time I do that.
Oh gosh. Oh my.
So,
Can't laugh too
yeah,
much. I've drunk 3.5 litres of sparkling water today. I might wet myself.
yeah. Well, are you close to the toilets?
It's just over there, and they're only 50 cents.
Oh, lovely.
50 cents. It's. I've used my card because it's Switzerland. Sorry. um, yes. So we're TV wise, I've only watched Charmed, and I'm moving on to Merlin, and I've been watching Richard Sales on the TikTok. Um, audio wise, I've been listening to Jason PJ, and I've now got to the bit where COVID isn't an idea, it's an actual thing. And they're putting things off for a week or two whilst it all gets sorted out.
Oh, right.
So, like the newsreaders, her wedding's in September, but it'll all be fine by then. And the one guy's got a house party, welcoming party, and that'll be in August. It's all fine. It's just a little flash in the pan at the moment, and it's brought it all back to me. Do you remember panic buying?
No, I don't.
If Alex is still watching, we covered this amazingly on the Weekly Bazaar. The woman that bought all the fresh fruit and veg, but then it all went in the bin because she doesn't cook with fruit and veg.
No, I know. It's amazing.
And people like getting nasty with each other, not being able to buy pasta, no flour. Few events still going on, but I love the fact that we all thought we were safe. We didn't have a vaccine at this point, but as long as you said stay safe at the end of a conversation, we were all covered.
Yeah, no, I remember us going to um, Waitrose, and the only thing you had to do was stay 6 feet away from somebody, because remember the
Yeah,
queue went on the car park,
yeah,
and people wore gloves.
yeah.
Masks weren't important then, but touching stuff was.
But then when
So you could
gloves, when
breathe over
masks,
everything.
yeah. But then masks came into use, and all those posh buggers at Waitrose were dropping them on the floor in the car park. Do you remember?
Yeah, and their gloves.
And their gloves.
Yeah.
Can't possibly put those in the bin. Oh, look at that. From Ed, stay safe. Are you heading off, my love? It must be. Well, I'm getting up early in the morning as well. Um, but yes, we're going to wrap this up. But the next Lucy show, I know, I'm being a bit erratic with the dates, but it'll be on the 24th of May, 24th. And that's because next week I've got prep for my performance show, and the week after that I'll be performing. So
Where will you be
unfortunately, I
performing?
will I will be performing at Brighton Comedy Fringe with my comedy wife, my partner in crime, a Ms. Lizzie Alenko. And I'm only doing it just to see her face, a little gothy face. So yes, I'll be coming home, seeing my mum for about half an hour, and then leaving her again. Sorry, mum, but I'm going to leave you lots of laundry.
Do you know, funnily enough, I was thinking that.
What about my birthday? Well, my birthday will have to be celebrated on the 24th. It'll be the belated birthday show. There you go. I'll come back with a bang.
Right.
So the birthday section will be the Lucy update.
And that will be 24th. So that's 12 days after your birthday.
Ah, yeah. 12 days
So
after the 12th.
So in actual fact, if you'd been born on the proper date, right, which would have been the 20th of May, it would have only been 4 days late.
Oh, the first time I was ever early for anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
We managed to get him to comment. Ray Turner, have a great time in Brighton, Lucy. I wish I could be there. We'll hope you have a smooth move. And thank you very much for listening to the show, even if you couldn't comment as profusely as you do, my darling. We are going to sign off. A big thank you goes to Warren, to Steve, to Polly, the Dream Team, all of the poddies, goes without saying, all the poddies, and to Lizzie. And of course, we've got big love going out to Ray and Mary this week. A big anti-back love going out to Chris and Peter this week. And yes, to Elizabeth and Mervyn, as always. And a big thank you to Mum for being able to tune into the show and doing it remotely.
I know. Who would have thought, you know, the biggest technophobe in Britain, and I can actually get to one side of the computer.
Well, you've got enough training to be able to do your Lucy, to do Christine's show.
Oh no!
Oh.
Yours, I wouldn't know how to do it on my own.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. I'll be off next week, but tune in at Tuesday. Right. We got happy birthday from Ed. Thank you very much. No, around about the second time round. Is it, how old am I? Am I 40? Or am I 41?
Well, it depends on how old you want your mother to be.
37. Right. Okay, we've got I'm gonna go check my passport. Bye from Ray. Bye from Ray. Love you both from Noel.
Love
Bye.
you, Noel.
I'm off to pack. Oh, pack well, pack light, especially with your wrist, darling. But yes, thank you all so much. Biggest thank you always goes out to you lot. Thank you very much for tuning in and sticking by me with the up and down scheduling. Things will level out soon, I promise.
Yes, but we'll still be international.
Obviously, that's how we roll now.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Oh, bye. Stay safe. Oh, and a big thank you to Clara. Bye, everyone.